Welcome, Capricorn and Capricorn cross-watchers, to your reading for this week. So I hope you guys have had a great day. So we have the Eight of Wands. And I do want to say, Capricorn, in the pre-shuffle, before I started recording, there were a lot of people that were popping out. So I don't know if it's, I almost want to say, I don't know if it's a busy week or if it's going to feel that way. It was almost all court cards that were coming out. Capricorn, I feel like, hold on, we're going to get one more. Interesting. Okay. We have the Nine of Cups. So, Capricorn, I feel like you're leaving an old kind of view of yourself way, way in the past, if that makes sense. I feel like you are going to be getting a lot of attention, and it may not be, that doesn't necessarily mean it's all romantic, right? Just seeing 111 on the clock there. It feels more like you're just going to be getting a lot of recognition, a lot of heads are going to be turning towards you. You know what I mean? It's almost like you're going to have that confidence, that spring in your step when you're walking down the street, that people kind of can't help but turn their head to get a second glance, if that makes sense. I am kind of feeling like there's somebody here that is... Okay, hold on. Before I... we're just gonna... No, wrong deck. Sorry guys, 1 second. Okay. Can we get one on this King of Wands? Yeah. So I was kind of feeling, and I didn't want to, kind of jump the proverbial whatever. And then we do have the Five of Cups at the bottom. So I feel like there's someone here. It feels like they're from your past. It feels like somebody wants another chance. And I mean, some of you might be saying HE double hockey sticks, no, right? I feel for some of you, this person feels like they never got a fair shot. They feel like it's almost like there's a little bit of them deluding themselves in thinking that they didn't get a fair shot. They seem to feel like it's almost like you're that unattainable goal. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know how to say it, but the shot in the dark. I don't know why, but all of a sudden I feel like I'm, you know what I mean? Out of breath. But anyway, it almost feels like, it may not be the actual situation, but it feels like this is the kind of person that they may be very, suave around other people, but around you, it's almost like they get a little bit starstruck and they don't know, their usual persona doesn't apply with you. I do feel, some of you might not want to hear this, depending on the connection that you have with this person. I do feel like this person has every intention of coming back around. At least that's the energy I'm picking up on them right now. It's almost the energy of somebody that feels like they got the short end of the stick and they're coming in to make sure that they're not the ones that walk out of this situation looking like they've taken an L on it. I do feel like this person may use whatever this Three of Swords, whatever this sorrow is, kind of as a bit of a weapon against you here. I don't know why this person is such a big presence, because I feel like it doesn't actually impact you. You know what I mean? It's almost like they think they're coming in to save you, when I feel like it's almost like, but you've actually kind of risen beyond the whole, kit and caboodle, if you will. It's a really interesting energy. So think we're going to pull, what insight does Capricorn need about the past? Five of Pentacles. Lots of challenging cards here. I don't know what you've been through recently, but it certainly seems like it was, you know, not very easy. I feel like, you know, some of you may not feel this way, but from what I'm seeing, you actually handled it a lot better than a lot of people would, because there's multiple cards of, you know, really challenging energies in your, you know, Five of Pentacles, Eight of Swords, Three of Swords, Five of Cups. Those are some of the most like morose cards in the deck, right? So, with this card here, Capricorn, I feel like, oh, you had to shut somebody out here. And it feels like one of those things where like it was painful, and I almost said you didn't want to do it, but I don't think that's true. I actually feel like you did want to do it, but you wish that it didn't come to this. You know what I mean? It's almost like it was a necessary step that had to be taken, so you're not regretting having taken it, but you are regretting that that step had to be taken in the first place. It's not even a regret. It just feels like something was taken from you that I feel like may not be the actual situation, but it's the energetics of something that you thought would be around for a long time, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. And it's like, and once it's kind of made its exit, you actually seem to be feeling a lot better. A lot. It's almost like lighter. It's almost like you again, may not be the actual situation, okay, but it's almost like you may have cried about it. Some of you may have not, you know, of course, depending on your situation. But it's almost like, but when you were crying about it, it's almost like there was this voice in you that was saying like, well, what am I even crying for? You know what I mean? It's almost like it's really not that sad. It's the energetics of somebody that had to disconnect from a situation emotionally and psychologically before the physical, you know, manifestation of that break happened. And I feel like that may be why, like, of course it's sad. Okay, let's not discount that. But I feel like that's why you may be feeling that way. I feel like some of you actually may be wondering, like, am I repressing these? Is this a healthy reaction? You know what I mean? And I feel like it's important to look back at where you were previously and everything that you were going through then and how you handled it and what you were letting go of. And I feel like it's important to look at that, to realize that you don't have to look at yourself like that anymore. Maybe you already knew that. I feel like you're leaving this old version of yourself behind. And it's almost like you may have been waiting for confirmation about something. It's almost like you were going to stay in an energy of like mourning whatever it was. And I feel like, and then you kind of get this, it's almost like there's this dun 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 dun, right? Like there's this trumpet over here that has sounded an alarm, and I feel like you're looking up like, oh, wait a minute, I wasn't quite ready. You know what I mean? It's almost like feeling that you weren't quite ready to finish mourning. It's like you almost, again, maybe not all of you, but it's almost like you just wanted a little bit longer to linger in it, and not because you enjoy feeling that way, but because you just wanted a little bit longer to kind of work through the loss. And I feel like something's coming up, and it feels to you, it's almost like you're going to feel in the moment that you don't have enough time, that it's too quick, but it actually feels like it's exactly what you need. It's like a little bit down the line. I feel like you're going to look at it and be like, oh, that's so great that that happened, because it pulled me out of that and I was in it too long. it's really similar to this energy where you were in the past, right? Where it's like you felt, of course, it was sad and all of those sorts of things, but you were able to see really clearly whenever, whatever fell apart, you were able to see it clearly in the moment. Hold on for a second. This might sound strange. You felt how your emotional state at the time was based off of your intuition rather than what you knew consciously. And I feel like it's the same situation here, right? So it's like, I hope this is making sense. Sometimes I feel like I'm talking in circles. So if that's the case, I apologize. It just feels like it's another situation where you kind of feel like you didn't get enough time with something. But then once you've taken a few steps forward, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that's off my plate. That's out of the way. So, I think we're going to pull an advice card. Hold on for a second, actually. Yeah, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna do one more on this this King of Wands. What else does Capricorn need to know? Man, 10 of Cups and 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords talks about it's like making a decision, having the clarity, but not wanting to choose. It's almost like the decision in front of you seems very limiting, but hold on for a second. How do I say this? But it's almost like you actually know that you don't have to take either of those options, right? It's like you're not limited by the options that have been presented to you. But I feel like there's some hesitancy, or you're hesitant to drop those options and go and get what you really want, which is, that isn't, hold on for a second. I feel like when you see that, when you realize that that's kind of where you're at, it's almost like you kind of throw those, let's say it's you there. It's almost like you throw those 2 swords down in disgust. Like, oh, I'm not waiting for this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, okay, maybe somebody isn't going to want to hear this, but I feel like when that happens, this person kind of sees that their chance with you, or their opportunity to, shoot their proverbial shot with you here has passed. And I feel like part of them will hold out on, hold on to a bit of hope here. I'm not going to lie to you. It feels like this person, they may be feeling driven towards you in it's almost like there's this wind at their back that's kind of pushing them in your direction. I feel like this person may have felt that the connection between the 2 of you was kind of destined. And in that, it's like part of them is hoping that whatever happened between the 2 of you isn't going to be big enough to, for lack of a better word, override destiny. From what I'm seeing, I feel like this person might actually think that they play a bigger role in your life than they actually do. And it does feel like they might be kind of standing there waiting for some more information. It just feels like the kind of person that, I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I feel like part of them genuinely does see what it is that they have lost here. From what I'm seeing, I kind of feel like you're running a different race now. You know what I mean? It's like maybe the 2 of you were neck and neck in on the track or something, and they went to look to see if you were there, and I feel like, and you're on a track, like you've already won a couple of track meets and you're on to the next one, and I feel like there's going to be some pain for this person involved. It's that energy of like, sometimes things can be really difficult for the person that feels left behind, right? And so, you know, I don't know why we keep circling back around to this person and focusing on them when it is your reading, but is what it is. There is a lot of pain involved with this person, and I feel like it is going to dawn on them pretty quickly. They do hold out hope that you'll kind of come in and somehow save this connection, but from what I'm seeing, I don't even think you're kind of even thinking about this connection once you're in this energy, right? Because you're focused on whatever it is. Like, this is you, right? You're focused on whatever it is that's over here that's pulled your energy up from mourning whatever you've lost here. So, I think I'll leave it there, Capricorn. If this reading resonated, I hope it was helpful. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.